been doing a lot of reflecting lately, guys, on failure, on the concept of failure, because obviously a lot of clients that I work with have got fears of failing in business, in their career, in their relationships, in life in general, and just the whole concept. And it comes up, and I listen to other successful people because I love it. I'm fascinated with success, especially people that are, you know, really gritty people like David Goggins, who work really hard, and you know, they've come from a really challenging place and, you know, achieved great things in their life and inspired people. Anyone, they don't have to be famous, who has that sort of like Tyson Fury, that grit. I'm just fascinated by it because very few people have it, unfortunately. So I know for me as well, growing up, I struggled with it as well. That's what held me back for so long. I remember Les Brown saying he could have been successful 15 years earlier, but because of the story in his head and the fear of failing and not feeling good enough and holding himself back, it took longer. It was the same for me. And I want to explain this because recently I had a phone call with an old client, a friend. I think he'll appreciate this, and quite a lot of other people, where, you know, he was disappointed because he liked someone and he thought that they liked him. Turns out the person's not available, they're taken. So, you know, I understand it does hurt. It hurts all of us, especially when you like someone and there's a connection. We're human. You don't stop hurting if you've got a heart. But it's the way that you deal with it. It's coming back from it. And I can tell you so many accounts of my life, guys. If I wrote my failures down, which I'm going to do it next time, man, I failed so much in my life in so many areas. And I don't mean this to be arrogant, but I've succeeded in so many areas, and it's only because I used to always quit back in the day. And when I learned and became a teacher and gained more confidence, when I actually understood life more, that's what helped me to change it. So let me explain what you've got to do. What most people do wrong is they do two things wrong. In the realms of success, getting over anxiety, achieving goals, being a better person, they don't try. Because they're so frightened of failing, they just stay where they are. So they don't try and go for a new career if they're not happy anymore, or if they're in a relationship and it's dried up and it's not right anymore, they don't try and meet someone else, or they don't try and work on improving their body or going to the gym, or just trying a new hobby. Maybe they were good at something when they were younger, good at singing or dancing, and now they're an adult, they're scared to try it again because of the failure. It's the fear of the shame, you know, and bringing it and attaching it to identity, which it isn't. People go, well, let's say I ask someone out and they say no, they're not interested, they're not attracted to me, or not attracted to you, or they're taken. If I take that personal, I can attach that to my identity and say, well, the reason why they said no is because I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable. No, everyone's going to think that. No one wants me. It's not true. It's an exaggeration. It's got nothing to do with your identity. It's just the person wasn't attracted to you. There's millions of more people. It's got nothing to do with that. But if you don't have experience, you don't understand how to deal with these things, your mind's going to gravitate straight towards that. That's how the mind works until you learn to develop it. It's a knee-jerk reaction. You try something, you fail, the mind comes in, it shames you, it criticizes you, and it tells you that you're not good enough, and it's never going to change. It's almost inchangeable. That's the right word I'm making up, so you can understand me. So that's the first mistake people make. The second mistake, which is still a lot of, I give credit, they do actually try. They find the courage, they find the motivation and the vision and the goal, and they go and try something. So let's set a business up, but it doesn't work out. Business doesn't pick up straight away. I've seen it with YouTube. People have asked me, and I've encouraged them and said, start YouTube, and I've given them all the good advice. For free, people have asked me. And I say to them, you've got a lot of talent, you've got a lot of ability in what you want to do. They don't stick at it. They put a few videos out, it doesn't go viral, it doesn't get an impact, they don't make money, they don't get clients, they compare themselves to me or someone else, and they quit. So the worst thing to do is to quit. When you quit, you confirm all of those negative voices correct. You feed those voices. I'm not good enough, I'm not enough, I failed, everyone's better than me, it's never going to work out, I've always failed, something's wrong with me, I'm ashamed, I'm a loser, I'm this. It's not. Those things are not true. That's how everyone has that. If everyone is honest, everyone has that mental conversation that gets triggered at different points, depending on where someone's at. If you're really successful and experienced, you handle it so well. It's like martial arts, but in the mind. Yes, I guess you could call it psychological warfare or mental warfare, where you know how to deal with it. But if you don't know how to deal with it, and that's why getting a coach is so important. The amount of clients that I've talked into not quitting on their dream or their business or relationships or their social anxiety, and it's changed their life, they were going to quit because of a thought, because of an emotion, because someone upset them, or they got rejected at work, or on a date, or they had a bad time, or they got triggered, whatever. And I've had to talk to them and say, you know, come on, it doesn't mean anything. You're close to breaking through. So a lot of the times we don't realize how close we are to breaking through if only we kept going a little bit more. And I know sometimes I just had a voice in my head and I'll entertain it and have fun. I know this stuff can sound cheesy, right? And I'm from the 80s, so I'm entitled to be a bit cheesy, even though I don't eat cheese, because cheese always makes me nauseous. It makes me a little bit sick to my stomach. But I like cheesy, the 80s stuff, and I like motivation because it works, this stuff. But you have to work it. You have to be courageous. You have to stick with it. And as I said, I've done this in my life so many times in so many areas. I've did it with getting a relationship. I got rejected I know it's hard to believe. I know it's hard to believe. It's Nivea cream for men. I've been rejected by so many women. And that's how I kept going. That's how I got a girlfriend. And I've been rejected by so many potential clients who didn't want to work with me. They didn't see value in it or whatever. But I never gave up. And that's why I made money, that's why I made impact and got a lot of clients, and have had a successful business that's been ongoing. And the same with losing weight. I failed so many times, putting on weight, not dieting, not being disciplined, not committing to the gym. Now I'm in shape. I've lost over 30 pounds, my diet's really good, it's improving, and I feel fantastic. And I'm helping my clients and helping a lot of you to, if you want to do it, to lose weight. Because I don't give up, because of what I know. And it's what I didn't know before that used to hold me back, and it's probably what you don't know. So people lack wisdom. They don't always have the information. And I understand, I do agree with Les Brown, we do live in a culture that is designed to destroy your sense of self and bring you down and shame you and judge you. Not everybody, but you know, at large, that's how it is. People like doing that. That's why everyone's scared to try. But you've got to overcome that. You have to overcome the opinions of other people, unless you want to be miserable and always have no confidence. So the process of not giving up when you fail builds confidence. But the behavior of trying, failing and quitting, you lose confidence. Your confidence goes down in yourself and it increases your anxiety. So you gain, you improve by facing these things pretty much. That's most of it. There's also your thinking. And I think that's why podcasts are great, and videos like this that I do, and getting mentors and coming to events. And I'm running an event on the 23rd of this month, which is all about how to change your life, especially if you've got anxiety, social anxiety, and you're shy. With all these mindsets and my life experience, as I said, I will do a video. If you want me to do it, I'll do it, guys and girls. I'll be happy to do it. I'll write down on a sheet all my failures in my life, and I'll read them out. When you hear it, it'd be like, oh my, he's been through that. And then I'll also, maybe I'm being a little bit defensive, but I'll do another video of all my successes, and you can see, wouldn't have got the success without the failure, which is why I love Les Brown, because he said you will fail your way to success, providing you don't give up. So it's not giving up. And of course, it's easy to say that, and we can all say it when we feel good. It's not as easy to do it when you're down, but you can do it. I've done it. And just to share a bit more of my story, to really hit this home, I was successful for many years, and then I had a mental breakdown in 2017. I was in a hospital. I could have given up on medication. I was overweight, I couldn't work, I lost my confidence, I weren't well, I was mentally unwell, burnt out, broke down, had to get help. I never gave up. I got well again, I come back. One of the reasons I come back, a lot of reasons, my faith, my belief in God, my family, a few good friends, lovely people, professionals that helped me, therapists, doctors, support worker, but also the experience because of building success before, and understanding what I've learned and having mentors to teach me and seeing their story. It helps. That's why I wanted to educate you today, because I think education is important in this area. To be educated on the matter that it's okay to fail, but it's not okay to give up. Because if you give up, you're never going to grow character. You're not going to achieve your dreams. And I can apply that to looking for jobs. If you're looking for a job, you can't give up, because a few companies turn you down. You've got to keep going. Or if you're looking for a relationship, you can't quit because a couple of people broke your heart, or they're not available, or you've been on a few dates, or you can't meet them. You've got to keep going. And the same on your diet or your fitness or your goals, whatever it may be. Let me know in the box below if this has really helped. I've really enjoyed making this video because it was so important to me. I know it's so important to you and so many people. Do you know, it's sad, I think about this a lot sometimes. It actually makes me upset. It's heartbreaking. There's millions of men and women now around the world, and all of them could be successful or achieve more, and they've got the talent, but they don't do it. because they give in to fear, anxiety, shame, and they don't know. Maybe they don't know negative influences, or their mind makes up their heart and they think it's because they're not good enough. Don't attach identity to external outcomes. I know it's hard sometimes, but it's not your identity, even when you're successful. But you know, so this is where things like socializing, having a mentor, dieting, training really do help to strengthen the mental side of your mindset, and also your emotions, and I can talk more about that. But I'll do a lot more videos. This is a subject that I can cover it today in this video, but there's a lot more to say on this, and I've helped so many of my clients, especially when they've been doing well in their life. They've been building a lot of confidence, making progress, and then they might have a challenging time in their life, which is inevitable, or a challenging session where things don't go the way that they want, and their emotions can deceive them. So you've got to override those emotions. They're tricky. Your emotions can make you feel like you want to quit in your mind, and that's where, you know, heart and courage comes in. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, if you want to get my confidence coaching, you can apply by sending me an email in the box below. I'll get back to you within 48 hours. We can arrange a Zoom call and do a consultation. I can see if I can work with you, what your goals are, and I can tell you about programs, price, specifics, availability, time, how things work, what you can expect, how I can help you, and if you've got the right attitude, we can work together. All right, have a good weekend, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.